In this guide, I will show you the basics of Super Smash Bros. Project M, including the controls and object of the game. Every game in the Super Smash Bros. Series, the goal is to launch your opponents off stage so that they cannot make it back on stage. This is much different from traditional fighting games, where you and your opponent have a health bar that you have to deplete to win the fight. In Smash Bros. Games, you and your opponent have an equal number of stocks. Every time you are knocked off of the stage so you cannot recover, or are knocked too far off screen, you lose one stock. This is also called a KO, which stands for knockout. The last player with any stocks remaining is the winner. In Project M, the standard rule set is 4 stocks. When a character hits another character with an attack, they receive damage, shown in the form of a damage percentage. The higher your percentage goes, the farther you will fly when hit by an opponent's attack. Watch when Mario hits Link at 0%, at 50%, and at 100%. Another interesting thing to note is that the percentage does not stop at 100, but instead at 999, and you will never lose a stock because of your percentage alone. It is possible to KO yourself. When this happens, it is referred to as an SD, or self-destruct. Now, let's go over the basic controls. There are multiple controllers you can use to play Project M, but this guide will be referring to the controls on the GameCube controller. First off, to move your character around, you use the control stick on the left of the controller. Press it lightly in the direction you want to move to walk in that direction. Swiftly tapping the direction you want to go in will make your character dash in that direction. To jump, you can either press up quickly on the control stick, or press either the X or Y button. Pressing the button lightly will make you perform a short hop, while pressing it for longer will make you perform a full hop. You can jump once in midair as well, but not again until you touch the ground. With certain characters, however, you have multiple midair jumps. Now for attacking. There are 2 kinds of attack buttons, standard and special. The A button is the standard attack button, and the B button is the special attack button. Now we will cover what can be done with the standard attack button while on the ground. By just pressing the button while standing, you will perform a basic jab attack. Every character has a basic jab combo that can be performed by simply pressing the jab button a certain number of times. For Mario, you press it 3 times. This is what his jab combo looks like. If you press the control stick in a direction while hitting A, you can perform one of 3 tilts. While pressing it to the side, you can perform a forward tilt. While pressing it down, you can perform a down tilt. And finally, while pressing the control stick up, an up tilt. If you press A while you are dashing, you will perform a dash attack. Okay. You can also perform one of 3 smash attacks by quickly flicking the control stick and then hitting A. The longer you hold down A, the longer the move will charge. Smash attacks are powerful moves that are generally very useful in KOing your opponent. The 3 smash attacks are performed using the same directions as the 3 tilts: forward, down, and up. You can also use the C stick, the smaller stick on the right of the controller, to perform quick, uncharged smash attacks. If you press A while you are in the air, you will perform a neutral aerial. Just like tilts and smashes, you can perform a forward aerial, a down aerial, and an up aerial. However, there is also a 4th direction this time, back aerial. This is performed by hitting A while the control stick is pointing in the opposite direction that your character is facing. Some aerials are also good KOing moves, while some are weaker and are primarily used to rack up damage. Now for the special button. When you press the B button without pushing the control stick in any direction, you will perform a neutral special attack. Similarly to tilts, when you press the control stick to the side, you will perform a side special, up for an up special, and down for a down special. These special attacks will be performed regardless of whether or not your character is on the ground. When you are attempting to recover onto the stage, it is a good idea to use your up special to aid you in your recovery. However, a few characters have an up special that does not aid them in their recovery. It is a good idea to know what your character's moves are before heading straight into a battle. When you press either L or R, you will notice a bubble around your character. This is your shield. It will protect you from most attacks, but it can be broken, so use it sparingly. When you press down while holding shield, you will perform a spot dodge. This is very good for dodging an attack you know is coming. When you press either left or right while shielding, you will perform a roll. This is good for moving out of the way of attacks too long to spot dodge and too powerful to shield. If you hit the A button while shielding, you will perform a grab. You can also perform a grab by pressing the Z button. You do not need to be shielding to grab with the Z button. Grabbing an opponent will make them helpless to do anything until they break free or you throw them. To throw an opponent, you press the control stick in one of 4 directions. Forward for a forward throw, down for a down throw, up for an up throw, and back for a back throw. You can also hit A while you are grabbing an opponent to pummel them and deal small amounts of damage. After a short time, your opponent will break out of your grab, so make sure to throw them before they can. They can also shorten the time they are grabbed by mashing the control stick in different directions. The last thing left is taunting your opponent, which can be done by pressing the D-pad under the control stick in any direction. Those are the basics of Super Smash Bros. Project M. I hope you enjoyed this guide and found it helpful.